welcome to meet the researchers and grant writers at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. We have a broad portfolio of research and grant activities on this campus, and this program is designed to give the public an opportunity to meet some of the outstanding researchers and grant writers that are employed here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And today I have the distinct honor to have Dr. English with me from the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences. And I tell you, this gentleman is heavily engaged in research and outreach. So we're going to be talking to him about some of his favorite projects and getting more information about the benefits of these projects to the university, to the community, and to the economy. So Dr. English, welcome. And I want to talk to you first just about yourself, who you are, and how long have you been here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff?
Okay, I'm a graduate of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Okay.
In fact, I'm a proud graduate of the class of 1974.
Okay.
I'm from Marble, Arkansas in Phillips County, and I grew up on a farm. Consequently, I ended up majoring in agriculture. Okay, I graduated from here, like I said, in 1974. Got my PhD from the University of Arkansas. I'm an all Arkansas person.
All right.
Master's, PhD, and BS from Arkansas.
Found all you need right here in Arkansas.
I did.
Okay.
I did. Here in Arkansas. So that's part of my background.
Okay. Well, you sort of answered my next question, which is, how did you become so interested in plant science and agriculture along with outreach? So tell me, please, what motivated you?
Well, that's a good question, because I grew up on a farm, and at that time we did a lot of work by hand. And I said to myself, if I can get away from here, go to college, I never go back. But when I got to college, there was some professors here, I think Dr. Albritton, Dr. Holloway, Dr. Holliday, some of those gentlemen. I got with them, and they talked with me and everything, and I decided to go back into agriculture. And I saw the other side of agriculture.
Okay.
It wasn't all just working on the farm, but like I thought, there was the science part of it and all that. So from working with those gentlemen and stuff, I decided that this was something that I wanted to do.
All right. Well, you certainly are doing a lot. So I wanted you to talk about some of your outreach projects. I know that you do a lot with the limited resource farmers, and most recently you've added to that group veterans.
That's right.
So let's talk about any one of those projects, because you have several that you would like to use as an example.
Right. Well, let me first talk about something we call the 2501 program.
Okay.
That program was designed to help socially disadvantaged farmers and ranchers. And by socially disadvantaged farmers, I mean minority farmers.
Sure.
Generally, your African Americans, your Asians, the Hispanics, those particular farmers. And that grant program, I think, is generally available about every year. Okay. And we here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, we've been fortunate in that when we've applied for it, we've been able to receive those funds. So we've received that for a number of years. Now, when I say outreach, this grant is designed to make a special effort to reach those underserved audience. Okay, a special effort. It's a little different from extension. People say, universities have teaching, research, and extension. Extension is not really designed to reach make that extra special effort.
Okay.
But we have to make an extra special effort to reach these, they call it underserved communities.
Right, well that's a major distinction.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. So we do work with everybody, don't get me wrong, but we don't make that special effort with everybody. Now, what we found out is that a lot of the socially disadvantaged farmers and the small and limited resource farmers, they don't really participate in a lot of the educational meetings that are put on by the regular extension service. They just don't attend, not at all.
Okay.
So as a result, that may sometimes their yields are much lower. Sometimes they fail to take advantage of a lot of the programs that are free, that to help the farmers, and they generally have a much difficult time. Well, what we have done is we make that special effort to go out and find these people, identify those people, tell them about the program, also help them with their production and whatever they're doing. A lot of the information, the production information that they get, it may not be reliable because now you can get information from so many people.
Yes.
A lot of times we get it from the seed store, the guy that's selling it, and nothing wrong with that, you know. But if this is my variety, that's what I'm gonna sell. May not necessarily be what you need. So they get the information from different folks that may not be altogether right. So what we try to do is give them this unbiased, you know, scientific
evidence-based.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Research-based and testing, et cetera, like that. Give that to them to, you know, to help them, you know, to improve their yield. And also by partnering with these other USDA agencies, there are a lot of programs out there that actually provide financial incentives to do a lot of the work that they want to do. In this area, for example, you may see a lot of cotton, soybean, rice, et cetera. But a lot of that land needs to be leveled so that it can be irrigated a lot better, so that the water will drain off of it. Well, there are programs out there that will help you, that will pay for that. But a lot of the folks that we work with, they didn't know anything about it.
Right.
They had never used any of this money.
So there's a need for more information and more understandable information. Well, Dr. English, you showed me a map of Arkansas, and you just are very heavily represented in the Arkansas Delta. Tell me how you picked your service agency. And I notice now you are venturing down toward Texarkana and having a partnership with Prairie View AM&N.
Exactly.
Tell me how you pick your service area.
Right. Since, you know, at one time, I think we used to be referred to as the flagship of the Delta, okay? And since we're sort of located in the Delta, a lot of the farmers, and especially the African-American farmers, are located in the Delta, Eastern Arkansas.
Okay.
So as a result of that, and a lot of our students come from, you know, Eastern Arkansas, we have extension agents in certain areas in the Delta.
Okay.
And I think when I first came here, I know we had one agent in the Delta, over in the Forest City area.
Only one?
Only, and that was only one. And it's good to have people, you know, in the area, because I think the last speaker that you had on, she mentioned the fact that if you're located in the area, you tend to know the people tend to know you, and they respect you more, and it's a lot better. So we had one, I think, over in Lee and Phillips County.
Okay.
You're doing a good job. But
today, how many do you have?
Today we have 5.
Oh, that's a great increase.
Yes. We have one, I guess, in the Forest City area. We have one in Chico County. Okay, we have one here, and we have one in the Southwest Arkansas, over in the Texarkana area also.
Right, and then we have you.
Exactly.
And you are providing service to all of these areas in different ways. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a little break now, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the impact of your outreach. And research. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Dr. English, we were just talking about some of your very much needed outreach in the Arkansas Delta and beyond. I'd like to hear from you how you're able to do this. Who funds you? Are we able to do it just from our budget to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff?
No, that's a very good question. We get our funding from basically the Office of Advocacy and Outreach from USDA. Office of Advocacy and Outreach, and they have been very, very good to us. Like I said, they have funded us for many, many years. We also get funding from the Risk Management Agency. At times we get money from them, and we certainly appreciate that. We get funding from our local NRCS office out of Little Rock. They have been very good to us.
What could you tell me what that acronym means? NRCS.
Thank you. I always forget about that. Very good question. The Natural Resources Conservation Services. They're a local federal agency, and this is a risk management agency. Sometimes we refer to that as the RMA. But we've got funding from them to do different projects, etc.
Now let's talk about the impact of your services. What are some of your success stories?
It's a very good question. Well, one of the things that we do as part of the service that we provide to the farmers is We work with USDA, the Farm Service Agency, who provide the farmers with loans, with farm loans for the operation. Many of the farmers, some of them have not, may not have had a high school education. They may not be familiar with balance sheets, financial statements, cash flow, and all that project, the information that you put in the loan. But we'll come in and we will help farmers put together those loan packages. But while we're doing that, we get a chance to give them some education and some training on also how to do that. As a result, probably each year we have maybe about 50 farmers get about $5 million in USDA loan funds. Okay,
that's
for the organization. Yes, yeah. We've been doing that for the last, I don't know, the last 10 or 15 years. Also, you remember I told you about some of these. There's some financial cost share programs that farmers can get. To help them put in practices that they need. I talked about land leveling for livestock producers. There are water troughs, there are irrigation wells. So there's money to help farmers put this in. A lot of times, you know, they're not aware of that. We've been able to work with those people, I guess, and tell them about the program. Sometimes help them sign up for the program. And each year we have maybe about 30 farmers get about $1 million in cost share funds to help them put in conservation practices.
Tell me about these cost share funds. I mean, those are actually granted. There's no expectation of repayment?
Right. Let me explain that. You're right.
Okay.
Say, for an example, if a person wanted to level some ground.
Okay.
Okay, that generally costs, I'm going to say, around $400 an acre.
Okay.
$400 an acre. They have these cost share programs available where they will pay about 60% of that cost.
That's outstanding.
Cost, yeah. If you're a socially disadvantaged producer, it's 90% of that cost.
Okay.
But a lot of folks just don't know about it.
Okay.
They don't know about it. So what we try to do is make sure that they are aware of those programs. And if we take it a step further, we help them to sign up for that program. We'll have a special workshop to help them sign up for the program and inform them about the program.
So you're right there giving information in different formats to make sure that it's understood, and not only understood, but that it's followed up on.
Exactly.
And it can make a difference in terms of their economic productivity.
Exactly.
Which then translates into the economic well-being of the community, could we say, in terms of your impact?
You're exactly right. I'll give you an example. The housing program. Now, we don't do a lot in housing, but because there's a big demand. But they have housing program, rural development have housing program that a lot of, you know, the clientele in rural areas can take advantage of. We had an outreach meeting, you know, to inform the people about the housing program.
Sure.
We had about 100 people to come in to that particular meeting all day. We had a follow-up meeting to help them sign up for the, you know, help them fill out the application. We still had quite a few. We were overwhelmed. So as a result of that, we have had about 20 people, you know, to get home improvement loans where they put on new roofs.
What
we got some to
outcome.
purchase new houses, etc. But all this information is available, but a lot of times people just don't know about it.
Right, so and that's really why we're here today. Yeah. We want to make sure that we get the word out to as many people as who could take advantage of this opportunity. Now tell me about veterans. I saw one of your proposals directed for that population.
Exactly. This is something that we just started. I think all of USDA has started that. Again, we want to make a special effort also to reach those veterans, And you know, in the past we had been doing it, but we had not been putting forth that special effort. So now, as a result of, you know, this last, I think the last set of proposals, all of the proposals have a special effort to reach the veterans and make them aware of these programs also. So we're doing
could you give me an idea on what it's looking like in terms of minority farmers in Arkansas? Are we getting the next generation of farmers headed in the direction? What's it looking like?
Very good question. With farmers in general, farmers are much older. They're getting older, and they're becoming. There are fewer and fewer farmers now. What we're finding is that there are a lot of problems. There are a lot of things that you have to consider now in farming. A big thing now is generational transfer. You know, when you transfer land over to the next generation.
Right.
And a lot of the kids are coming up on the farm, you know, and they're finding other jobs. And one of the biggest problems we have is that with farmers, whether black or white, old or young, the farmers tend to stay on the farm for so long. Okay. Say if I'm a farmer, I stay on until I get 59. well, by the time I get 59, my kids are grown, they got their careers, etc. So it's hard for them to, they're probably not going to come back and take over the farm at that particular time.
Sure.
So one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to find, to put older farmers with some new farmers in the area, some that are particularly interested in getting into that. But this is a problem that we have everywhere with farmers, and that's one of the reasons also that they have these grants to go out and help farmers. In fact, there's a beginning farmers grant, and it's designed to try to bring in new farmers. Sure is.
Dr. English, when we first started, you talked about the wonderful professors that had impacted your life. Are you teaching?
No, I do not teach.
You do not teach?
No.
Boy, I think it would be wonderful to have you in the classroom. But what are we doing here at UAPB to help create and influence the next generation of farmers? We have young people here majoring in agriculture, plant science and all.
That's true.
Are we doing anything in terms of grooming the next generation of farmers?
Yeah, and you know, I've worked with some of the agriculture faculty, you know, and from time to time, they will arrange for their class to come out and visit different farmers, etc.
Great.
And to find out what, you know, find out what the farmers are doing on the farm. I work pretty closely with Dr. Dunbar on some, you know, and she has quite a few students in the agribusiness, and she sends some out to us where some of their assignments involve working with some of the farmers.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
Like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so with the ag faculty, we've been really working together to do as much of that as we can.
Okay. Well, now I'm pretty sure that there's someone out there that would like more information on what we've been talking about. So would you give us a contact number?
Sure, be glad to. If you need any information about farming, give me a call at 870-575-7246. That's 870-575-7246. If you can't get me there, you can catch me on my cell, 870-692-6868. We'll be very glad to help you.
That's a real commitment to share your cell number.
Oh yes, that's not a problem.
And I really do appreciate you joining us today to talk about what is going on over in the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences, with the particular focus today on what is going on in the Department of Agriculture and through the Extension Program. We hope you have enjoyed hearing about what is going on here at the university, and that you will be in contact if you feel that Dr. English can be of assistance to you. Thank you.